So most of the students are focusing more on how to learn the data analytics and what are the different tools and techniques we're going to be learned from the various kind of the backgrounds. But as of now, we can see how not to learn with consisting of whatever the tools and techniques we are going to be arrive the solution. Basically, we have different types of the data analytics to derive from the raw data sets to the get the insights. One is the descriptive, where we're going to be showcased as what is exactly happening with corresponding to that. And the second is diagnostic, where you're going to be explain why this is going to be happen with constraint, what are the just cracking the solution to get the business kind of the decisions to make. And another perspective is with regarding the predictive analytics, which basically help us to understand what will happen in the future or what exactly happen after 1 month, which will be help us to get some kind of intuition behind what are the number of the sales after 1 year. So another one technique with corresponding to the prescriptive analytics, which basically help us to understand how you're going to be make the decision making by using the raw data sets from insights to give some of the complexity. So, and also few of the people are basically taking or doing some of the mistakes with corresponding some of the diagnostic and also some prospective in the data. So I'm on the page of dashthis.com where they're going to be explains what are the different common mistakes that people are doing nowadays. So first most with corresponding to the sample is going to be biased or too small. You have a raw data set consisting of very less number of the observations. At the time, you're not going to be do with corresponding to whatever the insights you're going to be get. That may be fall into the constraint or may not be satisfied with your end user. And the second statement or second common mistake the people are most covered with corresponding to the goals and objective, what exactly the problem statement is. Let's say you are going to be do with corresponding to the number of the sales after 1 year or second year. In the time you need to be specified with corresponding to the data you had, so that then only you can optimize your results with corresponding to get the good number of the KPI matrices to arrive the solution. But if you are not cleared with your current statement definition, how exactly you're going to be get the insights? You need to be understood the problem statement very clearly and thoroughly about the object and also the requirements. And the third most common mistake is basically the people are performing is basic difference between the correlation and also the causation. So if I give a diagram so that you will able to clearly understood about what are the basic reasons with the common people or students are making the mistakes. So A and B are going to be two events here. So which basically help us to understand what exactly the correlation is and what exactly the causation is. So A causes B. That means if the B is going to be eliminated or deleted, it should be affected on the A. But in the correlation, it cannot be found with corresponding to the B going to be deleted with corresponding to the A. It had some kind of intermediate step, which basically is C, which going to be help us to understand at the time of correlation will be happening. If you don't have any kind of causation, it may be correlated with the B value, right, ultimately. So that's how it's going to be basically the common reasons we are going to be conducting with how not to learn with corresponding to the data analytics way of thinking. And along with some of the benchmark comparison, few of the people are also making some mistakes with corresponding to the KPI matrix to showcase increase or decrease corresponding to the, and you require to present your skill set with your maybe PPT wise or the PDF wise, so that analytic way of reporting is very much important in the context of the data analytics. Otherwise it completely dumb up your data set whatever you have derived the insights from the raw data set. And also the unreliable data, which basically help us to understand, you require to know what exactly the data is and is it kind of the duplicate data or the missing values or maybe the incorrect values, you have figured out the way and some of the rounding errors. So basically it needs to be give some kind of the unreliable data instead of giving as a unstructured data. And also you need to figure out how much accuracy you will get or completeness and also the uniqueness of the data or consistency of the data, so that you will get some kind of avoiding those kind of the mistakes. And few of the people also get to know about the standardization of the data. You need to be standardized the data whenever you require to optimize your results. and also not to fully understand the KPI matrices. How does it going to be useful for the end user to explain or to get some kind of the interpretability to showcase in the data analytics, which is very important. You need to be figure out how does the percentage of the users is going to be accepted your analysis, and also the visualizing the data in the wrong way. Let's say you have different kind of the columns in your data sets, you need to be arrive the solution with the different kind of the plots. Such we already seen in this course. You will also get to know about those things by using different tools like Excel, Power BI, and also the SQL and business statistics, where you will going to be get on to write the different kind of the observation by using the different plots. I hope you see in this course so that we'll able to see not to make these kind of the mistakes again and again. Thank you.